People who wear hoodies when it is 100 degrees out. Why? I can see many people commenting about how they want to hide their bodies or scars and injuries from self-harming. Just breaks my heart. I send my support for all those folks who deal with such troubles. My reason is much less sad. More weird. I have Raynaud's disease, or something similar to it. It causes the arteries in my extremities to constrict too much under exposure to cold or stress, or just whenever they feel like it, I guess. It's really random. Most of my family has it, as do my grandparents on my dad's side, so it seems to be genetic. We don't get overheated as easily as most people, and our hands and feet are pretty much always icy cold no matter the day or time. If I'm wearing a hoodie outside and the sun is blazing hot and you could cook an egg on the sidewalk, I'm either legitimately cold or just haven't realized it's hot out there. I had Raynaud's really bad in high school. Now that I'm older it still shows up from time to time, but not as severe. My body temperature regulation is still just as strange, so yup, no matter the weather I'll be wearing some sort of jacket. How else do you expect me to steal the ducks from the park? You don't need to steal them. The elites don't want you to know this, but those ducks are free. You can take them home with you. Exactly. I have 489 ducks right now. I want to know about the people who wear shorts when it's below freezing out. My legs are never cold. My arms, freezing beyond belief. Is not my arms, but my heart. I'm right there with you. People like to poke fun at me for wearing shorts when it's in the 40s 50s Fahrenheit, but I'm honestly more comfortable than wearing pants and it doesn't bother me one bit. Could be cause I just prefer the cold in general, or because I am a very hairy dude, especially my legs. My fashion in high school was put a hoodie on and suck it up. Is it 100 degrees? Put a hoodie on and suck it up. Is it minus 30 degrees? Put a hoodie on and suck it up. Word. Too lazy and pulled to care about fashion, or what people thought. Sucking it up was what I was good at. Mosquitoes. They love me. I hate them. One time at summer camp, everyone in my cabin was attacked by mosquitoes overnight. But the camp staff treated us well, taking us to the first aid center instead of our first class for the day, and we got free ice cream. Nowadays I pay for my ice cream with money instead of blood. Nowadays I pay for my ice cream with money instead of blood. That was epic. Not gonna lie, it's usually low self-esteem or confidence issues. Or aesthetic. Fashion purposes, I guess. But I used to wear hoodies every day to hide my body, and I live in Florida, until I passed out from the heat one day. LMAO. Body dysmorphia must be a lot easier to deal with in cold climates. You can just cover up 99% of the time, although I guess that might stop you ever confronting the problem. That depends on where on your body your perceived problem is. I understand your point, though. They sell very thin hoodies in FL, like thinner/cooler than t-shirt material. The one I have has the brand name BKE. Depression is strange. I live in Texas and I'd still wear a hoodie most of the time going to school, even if it was May. You wake up in the morning when it is cooler outside and your room is possibly cold too. The first thing you see is the same hoodie you wear every day since it is easy and comfortable. Then you throw it on real quick and go. Not much thought. Gets regrettable when it is truly hot out, but at the time it just didn't matter to you. TX is also weird in the summer because it's hot outside, but a store, restaurant, office, etc. may very well be an Arctic ice storm of AC. I can get by without proper weather protection in the fall, winter, but if I don't have a wrap sweater or hoodie in the summer, I'm going to end up suffering somewhere. Yes, I'm wearing a hoodie or zip-up jacket 90% of the time when I'm inside in the summer. I run cold, so the constant AC blasting cool air is like an Arctic wind all the time. I'm a big fan of the hoodie plus shorts combo, warm enough for inside, can easily use a blanket on legs, but still cool enough to get to and from my car, etc. Self-harm. Not for a very long time now, but my early teen years I wore the same 2 hoodies constantly, even when I slept. After reading the question I assumed there'd be a lot of troll comments, but this is a factual reason I completely forgot about. One of my good friends when I was 11-13 had cut herself to the point that both of her forearms were covered in scars from the elbow down. She always wore long sleeves and shorts in the summer. Same. Elbow to wrist. I went scene I guess, and I would take knee-high socks and cut them into sleeves and decorated them. Fashion TM. I forgot that was why people would wear long sleeves. I don't know, got over the scars. They're there, everyone sees them. Men, I got so bored of sweating through summer, and one day my mum told me that the scars were mine now and that I had to accept them as part of me. Never wore a hoodie in summer again. If people want to look and point, frick it, let them. Your mum is cool. She's an absolute angel. I'm more tattooed than I'm not. I wear a thin hoodie or long sleeved shirt fairly often in the summer, especially when driving, because the sun fades the id out of tattoos and I don't always feel like putting on sunscreen. No sense in putting a lot of time and money into well done tattoos to have them fade. Good point that I've never even considered. Also, thin cotton is in some ways cooler than not wearing anything. Sun protection and cooling effects all in one. This is something that really needs to be felt to be believed. I used to be someone who scoffed at that idea, but seriously, really good cotton shirts that are thin are like a second skin that automatically absorbs and then wicks sweat. If you've read Dune, it's like the suits the Freemen wear, but without the attachment to your undercarriage. Man's not hot. The girl told me take off yo jacket. I said babe, man's not hot. Man could never be hot. Perspiration ting. Lynx effect. I'm one of those people who are always cold. Sometimes I wear 2 sweaters, jacket, 2 pairs of socks and sweatpants under my jeans. I probably have some disease or summit. Have you had your hemoglobin and iron levels checked? It could also be a thyroid issue. Not sure what that has to do with hobgoblins. Hobgoblins sometimes like to attack the thyroid. They mistake it for their sworn enemy, the triad. It's usually low iron. Simple blood test will tell you. There is a bunch of other side effects of low iron, it's worth getting tested. If your iron is low, you'll feel better getting it back up even if you don't feel the effects now. Because I was too lazy to put on a bra, I'll take the small discomfort of a little underboob sweat over the underwire torture anytime. And let's be honest, if you're walking to the bodega in a hoodie to avoid wearing a bra, you probably haven't showered today anyway, so who gives a frick? Cause I fat. I actually do it for the opposite reason, lol. I wear hoodies because I'm scrawny and have noodle arms, so they add bulk. The duality of man. LOL, I went from doing that at 6 feet 2 inches 150 pounds to doing it at 6 feet 2 inches 260 pounds. Indeed. I did the same when I went from 6 feet 0 inches 150 pounds to 5 feet 2 inches 150 pounds. Ha, knew this was coming. On a separate note, in less than a year I did that in reverse. Freaking painful. Went from 5 feet 2 inches 125 to 6 feet 125 in about 9 months when I was a kid. I'm insecure about my body. Well, wearing a hoodie in 100 degrees will definitely make you feel hot. What a comment. An absolute genius. Same here. I'm a dude, I'm slowly starting to feel more comfortable. People used to mention my weight sometimes. I used to be underweight. Not unhealthy, just a bit underweight. I was not bullied and I had and still have friends. But it randomly being mentioned always made me think about it, like calling me a stick. It hurts when people won't let it just drop. I'm going to a different school now and feel a lot more comfortable with my body because people in general are a lot nicer to each other, unlike my last school. I've gained some weight and feel better about myself. Same. I have, still do. Thin arms and shirts. Polo shirts don't wrap around my biceps, so I wear sweatshirts and hoodies all the time to hide that. I envy those who wear shirts and actually fit the sleeves area. Because I don't like to carry a purse, but still need pockets for my few things. Keys, phone, wallet. Women's clothing is so stupid. The pockets are typically too shallow to fit anything useful. Also, when a dress has pockets and I carry things in them, the items in my pocket hit against my legs when I walk. Hoodies solve these problems. Happy Cake Day. The worst is when the pockets are a lie. Agreed. It legitimately makes me angry. I'm on the Asperger's spectrum, and something about the hood around my head makes my sensory issues much more bearable, and makes me feel safer. Me too, but I prefer to do a 100% cotton sweatshirt and a beanie. I wear beanies all summer, because I have a love-hate relationship with my hair and I'm always cold. It has to be over 100 degrees F before the hat bothers me. It would be neato if they made a hoodie out of that snap and cool material you see on TV. Makes your body up to 30 degrees cooler. I don't have Asperger's, but having a hood makes me feel much more relaxed too. Yeah, it's like a sweatshirt giving you a hug.